Today in this video we are going to review this Nodax F1 bed and we're going to show you how to assemble it. It is a nice solid piece of wood, this bed. I believe the instructions, the assembly instructions also apply to other Nodax beds. So if you have another Nodax bed, also you can check this out. This is a super king sized bed. So now let's review it and show you the assembly. We've recently moved house and needed a new bed. So we've decided to get this super king sized bed from Nodax. This is a great bed. We've been sleeping on it for over a week. We decided to go for this bed because it fitted through our very tight staircase up into our loft bedroom. And so the Nodax bed fitted perfectly through it. The headboard was the only larger and heavier bit, but my husband was able to carry it up here fine. I even carried the side panels of the bed and the end myself. The slats were a bit heavier. They were in a package. My husband carried these, but also it was really, really fine for him to carry. I've put this bed together myself. It was really simple instructions, really easy to follow. I love about this bed, first of all, how easy it was to put together. Secondly, that I could fit it around these tight corners. And it is also really nice and solid. I can highly recommend you this bed. I've been sleeping on it for over a week and we've been on it and we are very comfortable on it. It is a great bed. We can highly recommend it to you. So now let's get started on the Nodax instructions, how to put it together. You can also find a link of this bed underneath this video, and we've also put you the website of Nodax if you're interested in that. In the first step, you take the middle board and you attach these wooden pieces underneath the middle board. Here there are the holes. You put these long screws in it. So first of all, you take this little piece, wood piece with the holes, and you first check where it comes out. So you put the screws through. Here, and then let me show you, you see where they come through. Then you take the wood piece and you sort of align it so that the screws are go in the proper holes here of this wooden piece. Next, you take this tool. This is a special tool to fix to the Allen key. You take the Allen key and then you use this little wheel to make it nice and tight. This is a really great tool to use an Allen key, so you don't have to screw the screws in by hand so hard. So here you put the Allen key in and then first of all the screw, of course, here in the hole where you have it properly. Then you take this, align it properly, obviously when it's properly aligned. Then you take the Allen key here and you screw it in nicely. This is such a cool tool and it saves you time. It was included in this package. This is great. I basically screwed in one screw just a little bit part way and then the other side. So to make sure, just in case it wasn't properly aligned. So I made one and then went from one screw to the other. So here you can see me now with the bed, so to speak. And of course I did this with all 4 wooden pieces that go underneath that middle board. First I aligned it properly with the screws coming through and then I screwed it in tightly from one screw on one side going backwards and forwards to the other side. Next, I take these wooden dowels, 2 of them, and put them on each side of the middle and the side boards of the bed, 2 on each side. Then you take this long screw. It basically goes through this middle screw and it comes through this part you have to put in here into this hole. And then you have to put the screw through, it goes into this middle part here. So you have to align it nicely. So here, let me just show you again. I align the middle piece here to the bed and then put the screw through. Make sure it's all nicely aligned and then push the headboard towards you, push it together with the middle board. And here you can actually see the screw came through. I actually did it by hand here at first, this bit. I held it on the one side I held this in place here, I held it with one finger on one side in place, and then on the other side I sort of screwed the screw through. That was for me the easiest to do. And then when I had it all in place nicely, then I used this special Allen key tool and screwed it nice and tight. Then I took the footboard here and did the same thing here in the middle, took the screw and nicely aligned it, and then screwed the screw nice and tight here. Next, I take the side pieces and slide them here on the headboard and the footboard together here. Just have to push it out a little bit. You see, I did this all by myself. You can do that by yourself as well. So here, and aligned it properly as well. I first did one side and then the other, and then I put the screws in just the same. So yeah, here you can see the other side. I'm just pushing this back a bit to get it properly aligned. And yeah, really easy to do, even by yourself. And here you just probably had to put in these wooden pieces a bit. They were a bit stuck. Then I pushed the footboard a bit down, just gently, and was sliding in the side pieces. And now everything was nicely in position here, and I was able to put the screws through as well, like I did with the middle board. Just the same here, these long screws, you take them, put them in here, the other side, in there, and on the other side. And of course I do this on all four corners here. The headboard I wasn't able to carry up myself. My husband was able to carry it himself. I actually carried the two side panels myself and the foot piece as well up here and the middle piece. But the slats here, my husband is just bringing the slats, were a bit heavier. So he brought them and aligned them here. Here are the slats. Before I ordered, I actually wasn't quite sure if it was one long big piece of slat or these like here, like so. But it is like this when it arrives with the fabric in the middle. And then you just have to align the slats on each side. This is super king-sized bed. It has actually two slats. I think the smaller beds have just shorter slats, just one piece of slat, but the super king-sized bed has two sets of slats. And then you have to screw the slats to the bed. My electric screwdriver is not as strong, so when I put these screws into the slats, they went quite a bit, but the last part I had to do with a manual screwdriver. So this actually took me the longest, this part, to put all these screws, two sides on each slat. Obviously, this super king-sized bed has two slats on each side. So obviously it takes quite a bit longer than a normal double or single bed when they just have one set of slats. But it all depends on your screwdriver. If you have a good electric screwdriver, you might not need that long. But just so you are aware, that was the only time-consuming thing about putting this bed together. This is what it looks like when the screws are all in place in the slats on each side, two on each side. It was time consuming, but it is worth it. This bed feels really nice and solid. Even the slats here are really nice and solid wood. This is great.